You are listening to 100 Days of EPT, a podcast I developed for you to easily access targeted forgiveness and affirmation statements that will support you changing your life for good. I'm Sherry Hamilton. EPT is short for Emotional Polarity Technique, an innovative holistic emotional therapy. I've been practicing EPT for over 20 years, and I've helped hundreds of people get through some tough mental, emotional, physical challenges. You can contact me for private sessions or private retreats for your unique healing challenges at eptworkshuntsville.com. "100 Days of EPT, Day 18. I am the writer of my story." Think and speak aloud, "I am the writer of my story." Place one hand over your heart and one hand over your forehead. Take a deep breath in through your nose and out through your mouth. Repeat, taking 2 more deep breaths in and out. Remove your hand from your forehead. Hold one hand over your heart with your thumb under one collarbone and your 4 fingers under the other collarbone. Gently rub spots below collarbones while speaking the following statements. Take a deep breath in and out after you speak aloud each statement. I love and accept myself even when I'm afraid to let go of my denial that I am the writer of my story. I love and accept myself even when I'm afraid to be the writer of my story. I love and accept myself even when I'm afraid to write my story. I love and accept myself even when letting go of my powerlessness would be bad for me or for someone I love. I love and accept myself even when I'm afraid it's all my fault. I love and accept myself even when I'm afraid that being the writer of my own story is happening now and I'm missing it. I love and accept myself even when I'm afraid that being the writer of my own story is good for me or for someone I love. I forgive myself for every time I have let someone else write my story. I forgive myself for blaming someone else for my story. I forgive myself for denying the power that I have to write my own story. I forgive myself for giving up my power to create writing my story. I forgive myself for what I didn't know about writing my own story. I forgive myself for missing out on writing my story because I didn't know I was the writer. I forgive others for taking my power as their own. I forgive others for claiming what is mine for themselves. I forgive others for teaching me and training me to give my power to them to write my story. I forgive others for stealing my story from me. I give others permission to forgive me for writing my own story. I give others permission to forgive me for denying them access to writing my story. I give others permission to forgive me for living my life as my own and writing my story. I give others permission to forgive me for changing the way I write my story. I give others permission to forgive me for continuing to love them while I write my story. Without the need to be in denial or distraction about being the writer of my own story, I am free to open up massive space that is existing for my own creative dreaming for my story. I'm free to consider what I want in my story and make it happen. I'm free to have help from people who agree with my story and are part of my story. I'm free to feel confidence with actions to clearly and definitely write details of my story that are just for me and my successful living and thriving. I'm free to expand my gratitude for my story, intersecting with the stories of others, and to connect with meaning and purpose through our stories and our lives. I'm free to enjoy my story and to influence others to write their stories too. I love and accept myself, raising my level of acceptance to any resistance I feel for being the writer of my story. My heart is full of gratitude for my growing experiences and wisdom to help and encourage others to write a story worthy of praise and increased thanksgiving. May you be blessed today with a thankful heart, healing of your pain, and comfort through your trials. May you experience your life and your connection to others with belonging and safety. May you know that you matter. May you show up in peace, trust, and friendships that last a lifetime. May you see, know, and act on good with all your heart, all your mind, and all your strength. Thanks for listening.